this video, we are going to talk about XMLPort in Dynamics 365 Business Central using AL language. So XMLPort is used to export and import data between external sources and Dynamics 365 Business Central. So if you want to export a data or if you want to import a data, importing means importing a data to Dynamics 365 or export data from Dynamics 365 to anywhere. So you will have to use what XMLPort. So, before proceeding with the coding part, let us understand what are the important items which you should know regarding the XML port. So, the XML port is composed of the following items. Okay, so what it is? The first one is XML port object. Okay, XML port object. So we should understand what is XML port object, and the next one is what XML port schema. XML port for XML port we need a request page, and we need a code. We have to write the trigger and property. Okay, so these are the important thing which we should know before writing an XML code in AL programming. And we should be regarding the XML port objects. So what are the basic XML port objects which we use to export and import data between these external sources? Like the object which we have when we just called for XML. Okay, so if you just click the XML port, this is the snippet. Okay, so if you just enter, okay, if you just enter here, you can find the various objects. So just press control and space, you will find various things. So the first one which we should know is what format. Okay, so the set the format of the source expression for various data types. So what type of format you want, whether in XML or a variable text or a field text format. So we have this is the object. So if we talk about XML port object, we have to deal with the format. Okay, so XML or variable text, or we should also note field text. Okay, and if you talk about the next one is what a direction. Okay, so if you just press control space, let us just try to go with the format. Okay, format is equal to, it will show like what you need to do. Okay, variable. Okay, variable text, fine. And once if you press enter, then we can go with the direction. Okay, direction is equal to you can find what, import or export or both. Whether you need to import or you have to export or you have to do both this. Okay, so that is what the direction. And then for example, if I give export, then it will be exported. We are just telling that I need to export the data. Then the next one will be the text encoding. Okay, so what format you wanted to encode it, like for example, you can just write text encoding and it will ask you for which format. So we have various format: MS-DOS, Windows, UTF, Unicode text format 8, Unicode text format 16. So you can see MS-DOS, UTF, okay, UTF 8, Windows. So other things are what, like it is a function. So this first four you can use it for. So we will just go ahead with UTF-8. So it depends on what type of data you're going to export it, you can just go with that. Okay, UTF-8, I'm just giving UTF-8. And then okay, so the next important object is what, use a request page. Okay, whether you wanted to request any page to the user or you just wanted to proceed further, so you can write use request page. Okay, this is also one of the important object which we should know. Okay, and finally table separators. Okay, so because since we are going to export the data, it will be in the format of column, and column, what type of thing which you want, which whether we need as a table separator, it's a combination of CR and LF. So CR means carriage written. Okay, so CR means what, carriage written, and LF means line feed. Okay, so whether what type of thing we need to request the page, sorry, what type of table separator we needed in the object. Okay, so table separator, it might be a tab separator or other strings or anything like that. So in XML port we have these this five important, sorry, this next one is what is this, that is a table separator, right? So table separator, so these, if you just give this, you can specify table separator, it is like a new line, right? So you can specify like new line. Okay, so these are the important objects which we have in any XML. Okay, XML port which we have these objects. Okay, so let us come to schema. If we talk about the schema, which determines which and how data is extracted from or inserted into Dynamics 365. So how we are going to extract it and how we are going to insert it. Schema means a structure. Okay, so a schema consists of what? A schema consists of a text element. We need a text element, need, and we need a table element. Okay, um, we need a field element, field, and for everything we need an attribute, that is a text attribute, field table, sorry, text attribute and field attribute. Okay, so these things we need. So it will be like a root node, we might have heard about, right? So it will be like a root node, and how it should be, which is the root and which it should accompany, what is an attribute for that, and everything. So the next one is what? A request page. A request page are dialog boxes which enables the user to set a filter on the data. So if you want to set any filter, or if you want to sort the data, or if you want to choose whether the export or import the data, then we can go with the request page. Okay, so request pages cannot be bookmarked by the user from the user interface. So through that request page we cannot bookmark it. Okay, and to talk about the trigger code, trigger and properties, XML port objects includes all these properties like triggers, procedures, methods, and we can work with that. Okay, so this is what, so now we are going to see the program which we are going to export the data. Okay, so I have already written the code for exporting the data, that is XML export XML port. Okay, so this is what the object which I have told you, that how to create. So if I want to create it as a new line, so I have to just leave it a space, blank space. Okay, so I'm just giving like this. So this is what the objects, and if you take a schema, this is the root node text element, and in that what are all the table element we need. Okay, so this is the integer XML name. What is the XML name? What is the source table view? How we are, like as I told, it will be using a sorting, we can write the queries and everything. So this is XML source table view. Okay, so if you want to sort anything or if you want to filter something, we'll be using this table view. So sorting number, so I'm just giving sorting is what the keyword, and where is the keyword, and constant is a keyword as well. Okay, so how many number of records I just wanted to view, like that I have given the const. Okay, so source table sorting by number, and where number is equal to const value to reduce the number of values displayed. So the next one is what? Text element. So I'm just giving the element which are there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend, that is I'm going to use this for the page. Okay, from that page I'm going to import all the data, sorry, export the data. Okay, so for which page I'm going to export it? For the item list page. So we'll be writing the code for that item list. Okay, in that item list, if you see, we have this much records. Okay, so item number, title, this is the title. Okay, text element, so every text element, number, title, design, the item des title, so this much element I have, and for these elements I have to write the text element code. Okay, so I'm writing the trigger. As I told, for XML we have trigger as well. So if you need a trigger, you can write it on before pass variable begin item number. So what I'm going to do is I'm just that is I'm creating a trigger to copy export the data. Okay, every single column, for every single column, whatever the column we need, we have to write the data. we have to write the text element thing. Okay, so I have written the same thing for every element. And if you just scroll down, you can see the table element, that is XML name, and I am just using these. This is what we have to write it for all the columns which we are going to import it. Okay, so here you can see all these column: enter number, unit price, okay, number, title, unit price, everything. Fine, this is the table element. And you can see that this is a schema. Okay, see, understand the difference. This is a schema, what type of structure we need, what type of data and its attribute we needed, we have to write that. And then this is what the table element. Okay, so we have written what we have written: the object type, the type, and a schema, and the request page. What from this is what the request page, and the properties and the code wherever which is required. Okay, now let us write the page extension for this. Okay, so this is for exporting the data, right? So now let us write the page extension code for this. So I'm going to start with the t page extension, page extension. Okay, so I'm going to give the id like 50100 itself, it's fine, 50100. And I'm going to give the my extension name for that. So XML export export item. Okay, extends, what it is going to extend, I'm going to extend the item list which is there. Okay, item list, if you just click, it will be available. So item list. Now we don't want to write anything in the layout, so I'm just deleting this layout, and I'm going to write it everything in the action. So because where you're going to write the action, that is before or after, that we have to specify. Add after. Okay, add after, I'm going to write add after the history page. And then I'm going to write action, what type of action I'm going to perform. Action export item. Okay, export item. So this is what the action which I'm going to perform, and inside that I'm going to write the caption, and I'm going to write like export. Okay, and then I'm going to write promoted is equal to true. So you can find the that is find why it is used for. Okay, if you just click promoted, why it is used for, set the value that indicates whether which selected action is promoted, appears in the home tab. Okay, as well as the tab where it is defined. So if you give like promoted is equal to true, it will be like that. And then promoted category, and this is process. I'm just going to give it process, and then application area is equal to all. Okay, and then image is equal to export. Okay, so we are just setting it as export, and then I'm going to write a trigger on action. So if I press that, what should happen? Trigger on action. So what it should happen? Okay, so that is what I'm just going to run, begin and end, and inside that I'm going to write XML port. This is what the default one which I have, method which I have default thing. And whether I'm going to XML port, I'm going to run this. Okay, run. So you have to check 50100 true false. So this is also 500100. So you can write 50 comma true comma false. Okay, so I'm going to export it. So what is that run? So for the first one, you have to write the request window. Okay, number, that is the number which we are going to request it, and then whether you're going to import. The second one is what? Import. Okay, and the third one is what? The first one is the number which you're going to request, that is an integer. Okay, and the request window, whether it is true, and then comma import. Okay, whether you're going to import it. So we have given all these things true and false. Okay, and this is what I'll write the syntax over here for that request window. So that is run, Okay, run. What should happen? A number. It should be a number, that is an integer something, and then that is a request window boolean, and then import, and then record table record. So that we are going to give this here. Okay, requesting window, that is what our 500100 that we have given, and import, whether we are going to import or export. Okay, and then var of record table. Okay, so we have given that as the request table, and everything false. So once it is done, we can save this. Okay, and also we are saving this. Now let us execute this code and see how it works. Okay. So here you can see that it is launched, and you can click here sales. Okay, and then here in the items, you can click here the item. It will open up. In that, if you see, you can see the process. So in the process, since we have added one data export functionality, so it is showing export. Okay, click here export. It will ask you like what is the thing which you have to export. Okay, so you can simply leave this. Okay, number, if you want to limit, and you can write it, or if you don't want to, like, you can do the filter. If you don't want to do, if you want to export everything, you can simply leave this and click OK, where it will ask you where to export these things. Okay, I'm just simply giving desktop, export items, XML port. Okay, save, export. So here you can see whatever we asked for, we asked to export, all these data has been exported. Okay, so in the next video we will see how to import the data, okay, into the BC. This we have exported. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubts, please leave in the comment.